Good morning. In today's video, I will be discussing the topic of H. pylori, which is also known as Helicobacter pylori bacteria. So now there are several diseases which can be associated with H. pylori bacteria. And firstly, you need to know its mode of transmission. So the primary mode of transmission is it's orophycal. However, the how it's transmitted is that it is basically transmitted by drinking contaminated water which is full of species. This is the water which hasn't been either chlorinated enough or it hasn't been boiled enough in order to kill all of the germs. So now I'll be listing the diseases which are due to H. pylori bacteria. First comes the peptic ulcer disease. Now, peptic ulcer disease can be further subdivided into two types of ulcers, duodenal and gastric ulcers. Duodenal ulcers are predominant in the younger population and they are more frequent. However, gastric ulcers are more in the older population, which are about 70 years. So gastric ulcers are less common. However, they are more malignant in nature and they usually occur at the lesser curvature in the stomach. Now, if we come to the pathogenesis of H. pylori, what it does is that it induces inflammation into the body and inflammatory markers such as interferons and cytokines are released from the body, which lead to cellular disruption, and naturally the immune system of the body gets activated. Now, another complication is chronic gastritis. And chronic gastritis means that there is atrophy of the gastric cells as well as a severe inflammation. This also increases the risk of gastric cancer, and you should know that in males, the number one risk of cancer of prostate cancer is cancer. So it is an important risk factor for colon cancer. So they've just written at what I've told you previously that gastric cancer, also known as adenocarcinoma, is predominant in males and it is due to the diet as well. However, H. pylori can also be contributing factor. Now, I've told you the pathogenesis that it involves metaplasia and dysplasia. Metaplasia means an abnormal change in the normal cells. For example, we know that the normally intestinal cells are columnar ciliated. However, due to H. pylori, they will have more corporate cells, so they can have mucin formation. Now, this is a complication which is mod lymphoma. It is also known as T lymphoma, and it is a type of non-Hodgkin lymphoma. Now, non-Hodgkin lymphomas are usually B or beta cell lymphomas. So, mod lymphoma is a cancer which arises due to H. pylori. Now, dyspepsia or GERD, although there is no significant correlation or certain evidence, however, there has been seen an increased incidence of GERD in those people who suffer from H. pylori and they experience significant bloating. So similarly, there is also greater iron deficiency anemia, especially in the younger population of children who all usually suffer from parasitic infections generally. So these are the diseases which arise from H. pylori. Now we know that in the human stomach there is generally an acidic pH of 2, which is sufficient to kill all of the microorganisms. So how is it possible that H. pylori bacteria is able to evade the acidic environment? It is because of its unique adaptations. H. pylori bacteria has basically a urease enzyme in it, and the urease enzyme allows it to convert the urea into ammonia and thus create an alkaline environment in the body. Here it is written that it converts urea to ammonia, thus neutralizing the stomach's acid. Therefore, it survives in the alkaline environment. And instead, this acid, because it is unable to kill the H. pylori bacteria, it further damages the stomach's wall itself. Now, these are the virulence factors. In addition to the urease enzyme, the most important factor is CAG-A gene. It is a protein basically which is injected by the H. pylori cells and leads to increased cellular inflammation as well as the recruitment of T lymphocytes and B lymphocytes. So overall, if we talk, basically H. pylori bacteria creates a condition of metaplasia and dysplasia in the body, which leads to hypersecretion of acid because the current acid is not sufficient enough to eradicate the total bacteria levels. And H. pylori bacteria, I'll just let you know that if it can be diagnosed by either by stool test or an gastric endoscopy. And if diagnosed, you'll have to take antibiotics for 2 weeks in order to eradicate H. pylori bacteria. and it is more prevalent in those countries which have poor socioeconomic conditions. Thank you. I hope you like the video.